Welcome to the next episode of the Utgard tutorial. In this video we're going to build all the inner walls and staircases. The architecture itself, not the furniture. This will be in a later video. I'm not completely sure how everything will be divided into episodes, but my current plan is for 2 more episodes after this one. The interior walls for this one, outer walls, towers and buildings for the next, and furniture and creeper farm for the final video. There is a chance that I need to divide the next video into 2, but I'll try and get it done in 1. As I've spoken about in the earlier episodes, there are basically 2 parts of the build. Giant-sized rooms and human-sized rooms. In the story, Utgard Loki disguised himself as an even bigger giant, so I find it only fitting that he could also change his appearance to be smaller in size. And that would be smart actually, because all the rooms where he studies magic and the dark arts can be much smaller as well, much easier to build and also to hide. I'll start by showing you how to build the interior walls for the main hall and then the portal building. Then the main staircase and finally the rooms inside the tower. The texturing we did in the last video can be applied here as well. Here are some shots for reference. I will just let this play out, and you can use the timestamps if you want to jump ahead. Okay, for this tutorial here, we're going to build the interior walls, and we're going to use the clean version as you see here. And it's basically just to make it easier to kind of understand everything, so it's not too messy. So I think that's the way to go. But just apply it the same way for your build if you've textured it in the way that you textured it. So yeah. And in general, so there's a lot of stuff going on inside the building, but a lot of it can be repeated, and like with most of my builds. And yeah, for this for the video, I will apply night vision for the entire run, so it's easier for you to see everything. And yeah, so you don't get surprised when it's a lot darker in your build. So just lighten up everything you need to and just follow along. But yeah, let's start by making these open gates here. Okay. So this is the basic shape of it. So a block of 3 gaps between. And then just build this all the way up. All the way up until you meet the staircases here. And then I would just... Oh, wait a second. I'll just close this off here. So basically extending all the staircases beneath. I know this is difficult if you're in survival, but yeah, you probably need to make some sort of platform here. I'll just do the same over here, just real quickly, just so you can see. But in general, it's just finishing this part here, and then for the gate, just to show you how it's kind of the outline of the gate. From here, I'll place 2 blocks here, and 2 here, 2 here. And this needs to be done all the way, all the way up until you meet the last block here. Like so. I'll just finish this part here. And the middle one too. And then we're gonna mimic this here underneath in 2 places. So just have a gap of 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then do the same here. Like so. And then just fill this entire area with the darker tile blocks, tile wall blocks here, and just do this for the entire gate, like so. And then basically do the same on the other side. At the bottom here, we can just add a bit of light. So this is what I initially did. And from up here, all of this, I mean, the layer inside here on top of the staircases we placed, we need to add some glass. I used black stained glass. And simply build it all the way up underneath this staircase. And from here, I'll just mark the outline of this here. So add 2 here and 2 here. So just on top of these staircases, you can do this all the way up. Just do it to the middle, and you can repeat it on the other side. But basically just do it like this, and then add the glass on the inside here, basically all the way down here. And just add the glass for the entire area here, like so. And then just repeat this on the other side, like so. And from here, just place, okay, so we need to finish the arch or the vault on top here. So start by just placing 1 block here on top, and then basically place a layer outside here, and from down here it's like so. And 2 more from here all the way up. Okay. This part needs to be removed, so just remove the 8 blocks here. Same here. And for this one, just move 7. And you can close this off. And close this off here. We need to make more here, but for now just do this. And I would just finish this part here. So when I make my builds, I usually fill all these empty walls, all of this here that basically will be, it will be hollow in this build just to save blocks. But in creative mode, when I have all the tools available, I like the idea of having a solid build. Yeah. Yes. Okay. And from here, I'll just do the left side. We can add for every second block, just add a bit of ornamentation here. Same here. Yeah, and 2 staircases there. And from here, so again, you need, in survival, you need some sort of scaffolding or something, or platform, just to work here comfortably. Because for a lot of this stuff, I'm building kind of from up down, and it's simply to make it easy to kind of have a reference point, so we don't have to count all the way from down there up here. Okay. So for this part here, just add 3 blocks here, and below 2 staircases. And we'll come back to this part later. And close this off. For now, just stop here. And now you can just close this off. Just start by doing it at the same height as we just did. Like so. And now do this on the other side. Like so. And then for these two kind of niches here, or what you would call them, kind of gaps, just add a staircase with 2 blocks down here. This will be give access to a watchtower out here, but we'll do that later. For now, just place this here, and then place 3 blocks, 3 wall blocks, and then from inside here, you need to. So we need to lighten up all the way up. We need to put lights, and what I did was to kind of gradually make it weaker. So, or at least to some extent. So what I did here was to use a lantern for this part, and then you can just close this off here. And basically close this off. And here, what I did was just, instead of using a regular Deepslate brick wall, I used a polished one. So just you can see where there's a bit of a change, and also you can see where you put the lights. And then all the way up, just add 7 blocks here. 7, and then do the same for as we just did, but for this time, just do, instead of using lanterns, just use torches instead. And then you can do the same here. Well, technically you don't have to kind of block this off, behind. It's up to you. I mean, you could just have this shine a light inside and then just close this off. This is more of a preference, but then again, 7 blocks and a gap, and just keep going all the way up. So all the way up here, and then just finish this part here by placing a full block up on top. Do the same over here, like so. And here you can add a bit of lighting. Same over here. Okay, let's just finish this part here, and then we can move on to all of these sections. So here just... okay. Find the second... we need to find the block here, or not the second from the top, actually this block here. This one, use as a reference from over here, and add 1 block, and then simply continue adding blocks. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And from here, well, you can actually add 1 more here, and then just continue this part here. Yeah, from the middle here, I'll just build up to here, and then we can just close this off. Like so. And now repeat this on the right side, and after that just repeat everything we just did on the opposite side. The only difference here is that instead of a gate, you'll just continue these the glass blocks all the way down. Okay, so the best place to start with the vaults and windows here is to take one of these windows here and simply go all the way up at the top, and then 1 block above, just add 3 here. And from here you can add 3 stair blocks here, same on the other side. And now simply add the same glass blocks we added before, all the way down. Like so. And now add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And basically do the same on both sides. And then add or extend this one here. Yeah, extend that one here, and then offset by 1 block, just add a layer more here. Like so. And then you simply need to repeat this pattern all the way up. Not all the way up here, but just 1 block beneath. So I'll just show you. So I'm just adding one behind so I have something to place it on. But this is basically up to you if you want to remove that or keep it there. But yeah, basically just all of these blocks, all of them are just offset by 1 block. So there's no kind of counting really. You just need to add them one by one, like so. And it's the same on the other side here. So for now, just stop just right before this wall here. Just stop here for now. And again, all of this is just 1 block offset in both directions. And for this part here, those 3 blocks, they will just keep going in parallel with the others, but just, yeah, they will basically look the same or be similar all the way up. So yeah, when you're at this level here, just 1 block beneath, then just for this line here, this kind of edge here, just add 1 more layer. We need this to kind of place we need to place some blocks, some lanterns on the ceiling. So just for this one, just add 1 more layer. And then we can basically place the lantern. So from here, it's basically just in the middle, all the way up to here. And then on each side, just add 1 underneath here. And it's actually going for over here, just every second you need to place 1. And here, it's the same. Okay, before we build the ceiling, you need to build this on the other side, over here. The only difference is that you need to stop the glass here, and then we need something else down here. But we'll come back to that. Okay. Now we've done this, we can just finish this part over here. So I would just extend this all the way over here. And then add, like we did before, for every second, add a lantern. And for the ornament, it's fairly simple. It's basically just stone bricks next to each of these lanterns. Like so. And then all you need to do is to fill this entire area with Deepslate bricks, and then we will add like a bit of an ornament inside here, but I'll just start by placing the entire roof like so. And then depending on how you like to build, you can actually just do this from the top, but in the middle, yeah, you can start by just placing this one in the middle, and then we basically just need to add some stone bricks here, and with a 2-block gap, just make a diamond shape here. And place some blocks. A lot of the ornamentation on this build is rather rough, but it's because of the scale of it, I think it works well. And just with a bit of texture, as I showed earlier, I think this helps a lot too. Okay, now we simply need to do the exact same thing in between all of these. Like so. This is basically how it's supposed to look. And now we need to build all the walls in between the pillars. And what you need to do here is quite simple actually. You need to go to the block here and then just add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. And from here, just offset by 1 in each direction. So you have the bottom one, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And from here you can just basically do the same on the other side, but this one here, the last one should be, yeah, around this block. I'll just do it the same over here. This one aligns with this one over here. Okay, and this is basically the shape you need. From here you can fill this wall. It's closed, so basically just add blocks like so. You can stop here, you can add one more, that's up to you. Oopsie, yeah. Just do this for the entire area here. And up here, make sure to close this off. It should look like this. And then basically repeat this on this side, like so. And simply connect the bottom ones here. And with a bit of texturing, you don't need to do much else to this part. It should look like this. And then basically repeat this for the two others. It's the exact same thing. Like so. Okay. Now we're going to add some lights to these pillars. And the way we're going to do it is basically like we did over here. So we need to align them with these lights over here. So what you do is you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks and then remove that one. So count 6 there, and then 7 up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the one on top, delete that. So there's 6 blocks in between there and 7 there. And it should align with the ones over there. And now basically do this all the way up. 7 blocks between each of them. And you basically need to do this with all pillars here. It's identical. And in here, it's the same, but the difference is that when we remove those, this ceiling is not as tall as the main hall, so here you only need to remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. But they align with the other side. And what we do here now is what we want to do is to get lighting inside, but we need to kind of have a gradient of light strength. So what I did was to start by adding, I think I used shroom lights here. So yeah, I'll just remove those. So for this block here, it's basically just adding a shroom light there, and then a block there, and close that off. And this is basically what you're going to do for the entire pillar. But the difference is that over here, for the next one, we're going to use torches instead. So not quite as strong in terms of how much brightness. And for this one, it's also a torch. And for the rest of them, we're going to use another block that's emits even less light, and that is the crying obsidian. Actually, it adds a very subtle light, and I think just to have that kind of gradient, that works quite well. Oh. Yeah, basically just continue to do this on, yeah, for the rest of them. I mean, you can use something else like candles. They emit light in different strength. I mean, depending on how many candles you put down, you can kind of change that. So 1 is less emits less light than 2, and so on. But you probably knew that already, didn't you? Like so. And I'll basically copy this or repeat this on the other ones. And this is basically how it should look. And in here, it's of course not as tall, but just repeat that. You can add a bit of lighting here. Yeah, we will. I mean, I will show you the rest of how we light the rest up, because some of the lighting we're going to add will be kind of integrated into the furniture and the floor. We'll get back to that. Now let's finish these openings here. What you're basically going to do is to count from down here. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And above 17, put this one there. And then just alternate between top and bottom stairs until you reach the middle. Like so. Okay. From here, at the staircases on top, and then we basically just need to close off the wall section here. So what we do is add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And on the 15th, add a staircase. Okay. And we want to have this being bright. So what I did was I added, for every second one, I added a slab. And then, so because this will be inside, this part here will be above the vaults inside. So this is not going to be visible. So what I did was simply adding some lighting here. And this is more of a preference, but I used, to keep the cool lighting for some of these places, I added the soul lantern for every second. Like so. And for here, I added 1, 2, 3, 4 chains, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chains. And then just add chains until you almost reach the bottom here. Yeah, so this is just one block above this one. Same on the other side. Like so. And now repeat it for the 3 others. Like so. You can just close this off. And maybe add a bit of lights here. For now. So for this part here, we need to, this is basically a miniature of the main hall. So the way we're going to approach it is basically the same as we did before. So if you go up here, you can finish this part here like so. And then I would probably do it like this. I would add So if you count this one, this is the first block. This is the second one. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 up here. And then basically extend those over here. So these are only placed to yeah, so I was able to place the other one, but you can remove them. It's up to you. It basically comes down to how much you want to kind of save on blocks in general. Okay, so let's finish this top part here. Just all the way over there. And then you can just add a layer here too if you want to. And the corners, it doesn't really matter, but okay, this part here on the left, we'll come back to that. Let's start by adding the window and an arch on the other side. Let's just start here. So 1 block above this one, add 3. It's basically like the same detail we did on the other tall windows. Like so. And then just add glass for everything here. Like so. And so this is basically the same we're going to do for the other ones, but for this one, depending on which version of the build you're doing, you might need to open this up again to add the staircase downstairs. So the most simplified version doesn't have a staircase here. So I've just closed this off for now, and then we can decide on that later. But from up here, just finish this part here, this triangle, and the one over here, and then you can add the upside down staircase shape, if you will. And this basically just needs to yeah, like so. And let's just finish this as we did before. Like so, and then to make it easier, I would probably just start by filling the corners each side, kind of to highlight the main area. From up here, you can, if you want to, you can add a square like so. Actually, for now, just build this so it aligns with this pillar here and this one here. So it's contained into this kind of section. Okay. To add the lanterns, we need to add blocks here in the corners. We basically have those over here. So now just place a bit like we did before, just every second. And just make this shape around the ceiling. And from there, we can go and add the stone bricks like we did before. yeah, for this one we don't need to add it. Yeah, basically like so. And then the middle ones can kind of meet at the middle here, and you can add Deepslate bricks here. Oh wait, did we forget? No, we didn't forget. And then just one on top so we can place a lantern here. Okay, so all this you can basically do for the 3 other ceilings over here and windows, like so. And from here you can simply add 2 underneath and just follow the same shape. And I would just extend it to up here. And just do the same for the next one, offset it by 2. And again, all of this will come alive once you start texturing it. It is a kind of a basic shape. Not as basic as the overall shape outside of the build, but I mean, a lot of this is quite rough in its detailing. So when you start kind of adding texture, this is what kind of will add that extra layer of detail. And then one more time, offset by 2. And then simply connect it from the inside here. Like so. And now you can simply add the glass for the entire window, basically, all the way down, like so. And basically do this on the other side too, as you see here. And for the main walls between each pillar, this is exactly the same principle as we used before. From here, from this corner, add 2. And then just continue this pattern all the way up. And you can close this off. And 2 more times, just offset by 2. like so. And it's the same over here. And just continue this the exact same way as we did over here, like so. And then just close this off. And simply repeat it over here. And this is more or less the main shapes in place inside this main room. We need to do other things. So in one of the later episodes, we will be making the interior, and this includes the giant table that's supposed to be here. So a thing we didn't do last time was to add end rods here on each of these sections. Yeah, basically add one here and one here and one here, and then do the same but offset by one block on the next ones. So like so. And like so. And this basically needs to be copied or repeated for each of these sections. So over here and all the way over to the portal building. Like so. Okay. So in here, you can start by extending these walls upwards. Just all the way up. Here they don't actually need to get higher than this because they will disappear behind the ceiling. So you could end them here. It's up to you. And just as a reference, place a block, the 2-block gap up here, and then just follow this shape, and it just needs to be aligned with the wall over here. Like so. Do the same over here. Like so. And now add just a row of blocks here. And from here, just above this staircase to the right, add a row of blocks, and then just continue this shape all the way up. Like so. And close this off. Do the same over here, like so. So now we basically need to repeat this section over here, but there are some differences. So as you can see, we have these wall blocks here, and they're actually there to kind of encapsulate the portals that's going to be here. So what you're going to do is basically take this shape you have here and extend it over here. So just finish this like so. And then just close this off. Same over here. Like so. And from here, we need to change this part here. So start by adding a row of blocks. Actually, start by adding a row of blocks here. Like so. And then add a row of blocks here. Okay, so for this part here, add 3 blocks and 3 staircases. Same over here. And now from the outside do the same. So we need to delete this. And I will keep this, the middle part, open because that's where the portal is going to be. So this is how it will look. And now we can place obsidian here. Let's remove this column here. Yeah, you can add the corner one, that doesn't matter. It's up to you. Like so. And you basically need to do the same thing here. This is going well. Like so. And now simply repeat this on the other side here, like so. So it should look like this. And now we can add a bit of extra lighting. We can add it to all these different places or different walls and pillars. Come on. What am I doing? And for the ceiling, again, this is fairly simple. We basically need to mimic this part over here by adding a line of blocks or row of blocks all the way up. And then add, for this one, add 3 blocks underneath each. So offset by 3. And then this will be the middle block. And then you can do the exact same thing over here. This is a nice thing about very kind of geometrical shaped arches and buildings, that you don't have to think about kind of curvature or anything. It's just really kind of straightforward in the way it's designed, which was actually somewhat inspired by like dwarven architecture from The Lord of the Rings and similar stuff that has this kind of rough quality to it. Still elegant, but in a kind of more rough way, which I think fitted this design a bit, even though it is really not that close to the reference. So I'm thinking of Moria from the Lord of the Rings. And just connect the bottom ones. Like so. And finally, for the center of this portal building, I originally, for the video, I had a beacon in the middle. So this is the middle block here. So what I did was I had kind of a hole in all the way up here. But I mean, it depends on what you want to use it for. The kind of the ornament or the altar, or what you would call it, that it was kind of designed around, was basically just a couple of quite simple, really. It wasn't really anything special. I think I used glass for. So I had obviously the diamond shape for you need for the beacon, and I had the beacon here, and then something on top to block off the signal. I'll just add the glass for now. But again, like the main kind of floor inside also, it's a bit, it helps a lot texturing the floor, especially with these bright colors where it's really apparent that it's just one continuous block type. So yeah, that's definitely something where you can add a bit. And also, if you want to, you can change the floor here to stone bricks instead of Deepslate bricks, just to have it be more coherent. Okay, so for the giants, the kind of the basement here where the giants sleep and the forges, what I would suggest doing first is basically to extend some of the blocks here all the way down. Not all of them, not all of the Deepslate bricks here, but just some of them. And this will give you a kind of a base, a reference point to build the rest from. So what I'm going to do now is just to kind of outline the blocks you need to extend. And depending on if you play in survival or in creative, you can. So in survival, I would simply just stand here and kind of look straight up and kind of highlight the blocks that I'm going to highlight now. But yeah, I just leave that to you. There are probably better ways of doing it. But yeah, in general, we need to kind of highlight these kind of pillars, but in a kind of, well, not as intuitively as you think. So it's not a perfect match with the Deepslate bricks above. So I'll just start here from this corner. To make it easier to understand, I'm just using red wool here, but you can just use Deepslate bricks right away. So for these walls here, there's going to be arches or vaults, so you don't have to extend those. We'll add those later. This is the first kind of wall. And these over here are basically the same as the ones we made over there. And then we only need to place the ones for the pillars here in the middle. And you basically just need to kind of highlight all the outer blocks except this one here. So basically like so. And yeah, that's it basically for. And yeah, now it's just extend everything all the way down. And here's the thing, with this, the ceiling height of this building, the basement kind of space here is, so if you imagine that you have the floor here, so this is the floor level I'm standing on here. And so if you go all the way up here to this floor, this is 32 blocks. So that means that if you count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32. So this layer here, we will be adding a layer, just like one more layer. So in the end, it will be 31 blocks because the ceiling will actually be here. But from the point of view of what you made until this point, it's 32. And this is independent of what version you're building. This goes for all of them. But depending on which version you're building, this might not be the ground level. So this version here, that's a simplified version. And it's a bit shorter than this version here, this one, or the original, from the original seed. The floor level I just mentioned, that's actually this floor here. And as you can see, this is way above ground level because we have this entire area and this wall section here that's added. And we talked about how that affects the size of the staircase depending on which version you build. We covered that in the first tutorial. Okay, so now just extend all of these blocks all the way down. So this is how it would look with them being red, as I showed earlier, and this is how it would look with Deepslate bricks. And after that, I would simply lay down the floor here. So simply just fill out the entire floor with stone bricks, like so. Okay, let's start by placing the gates. And it's the same on the other side, like so. Okay. After that, I would simply start by making the arches in between. And what you need to do is go up all the way here and place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a staircase. And then you need, so this is the first staircase. So this is number 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we can just finish this here. And yeah, basically just continue this all the way over to the other side. And the pattern here is the same, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just continue this shape. Yeah. And then for the middle part here, we are using normal blocks, so just extend those by adding 3 for each. And then you can add, yeah, basically the same on this side. Yeah. And close this off. Like so. And yeah, this vault here, you basically need to make this, yeah, it's basically the same vault that we're gonna add on all the others. So, but just to start out, just add them for this one here and this one here, like so. And for these over here, it's basically the same, but they're gonna stretch a far greater space. But you can basically just take this shape here and add it here, and take this shape here and add it here, like so. Okay, so for these smaller ones, it's the shape is the same, but it's a bit smaller. So from the top, add 1, 2, 3, 4, and then add 3 staircases. Extend this. And do the same over here. And simply repeat it on the other side here. Like so. And this shape here, on this vault, you can repeat it here, here, and here. And basically also on the other side. In fact, you can do it on this side too. The only difference is that this one is 3 blocks wide, and this one is 2 blocks wide. So just to show you, I mean, the shape is the same, but it will only be 2 blocks deep, basically. I'll just make one so you can see. Like so. Yeah, so repeat that on this one, this one, this one over here, this one, and the ones on the other side. And this is how it's supposed to look. Minus the missing row of blocks on top of some of them I missed for some reason. Okay. Now let's do these larger ones here. For those, you need to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 staircases. Same on the other side. And then simply close everything off here. Like so. And this is basically going to be repeated on this one here and this one here. Like so. And over here. Okay. For the window, it's a bit different. So what you need to do is to, from the top here in the middle, add 1, 2. So we have 1 block gap here. And then add seven in total. And from there, just add the diagonal blocks on each side here and close everything off on top. And now cover everything with glass. Like so. Okay, and yeah, now I would simply add the extra layer to the ceiling. You don't have to, but I mean, there are 2 reasons why I did it. First, I was adding the layer to kind of to add another color, so I simply placed Deepslate bricks here to make the room darker in general, but also to kind of hide the light sources inside the floor above. So yeah, like so, basically. Okay, so for the rest of this this interior space, we have all sorts of different things. We have the forge, we have workbenches, we have the giant beds and general lighting and lanterns hanging from the ceiling. And I mean, we could do that now, but I would prefer to add that in the dedicated furniture or kind of interior design episode. It's a fine line between what's furniture and what's kind of architecture. And for some of this, you could kind of add it here, like the forge. It's in a lot of ways part of the design. But I think just to keep everything neat and kind of organized, I will just keep that here. I mean, for this one, we can add a bit of lighting. The lanterns hanging from here, I think, is kind of worth adding. So what I did here was use the soul lanterns, and I just added 3 kind of on a chain, and it doesn't really matter that much how far apart they are. So I just kept everything kind of organized in the same length, but well, that's also a thing that you could change. And obviously the biggest thing you can do, other than adding the furniture that's still missing, is of course to texture the room, which is honestly one of the biggest things you can do to add character to the build. Okay, when it comes to the staircase, I would suggest only making it in this one here, and then just keeping this as the main chimney. I mean, depending on how law-friendly you want to be, you can either keep this just as a chimney or maybe add a water water elevator to get to the top. Because in a later video, I will show you the use of this tower here. This will be used for a creeper farm. So quick access is probably a good thing. On the left tower here, we will have these rooms. As you can see here, I've kind of copied them outside so you can see how they look. But yeah, for now, let's stick to the staircase. And the thing with staircases is that even though usually you would want to kind of make this simple shape all around the main core, and then just have everything aligned when it comes to these bridges. But yeah, it never really happens this way. So I made a couple of adjustments just to have everything line up. But yeah, in general, we have the main access point from down here. Then we have the access point here, or the first kind of entrance, and then we have these 2 here. But in the original build, this is blown off, so actually this bridge here isn't really usable. It can be if you want it to be, but it isn't in my build. So you could stop the staircase right here and just have it access this part here. That's up to you. And also in general, we will have staircases inside the main tower, as you can see here. So, I mean, technically you could just make the staircase up to this point here, but yeah, this is up to you. But just a quick rundown of how it looks. So the main kind of baseline of the staircase that runs through most of it will be 3 staircases on each side, and then 1 full block here. So three staircases, 1 full block, 3 staircases, and 1 full block. But yeah, because it doesn't align, we have to kind of make adjustments. And the first adjustments I made here. So, and I will walk you through all of this, but just to show you, we have the flat surface here, and then 3 staircases, and here we have 2 and a flat surface. And from here up to this point here, this access point, we can just continue the normal staircase shape basically. And then this will continue all the way up, basically just before we reach this part here, this entrance point, or this door here. And then we'll have to take account for the rest and just make adjustments here. But yeah, I'll show you when we start building that. Okay, the first thing you need to do is to remove the 3 blocks here, so we have access to the room inside. And here we can just add a bit of and add some lighting there. Okay, so what you should do first, you can add a couple of these blocks here, so 3 here and 4 here, and yeah, basically get access to the bottom part here and build the main kind of column inside, or pillar inside. And what you can do is to kind of keep the middle one open. If you want to add a water elevator or something like that inside, you can do that. But for now, we will just build this all the way up. And depending on how it looks on your end, you probably need to clean this up a bit. So just remove the unnecessary blocks here, and just so we want a clear clear access all the way to the top. So just remove everything here and oopsie. And just add the missing blocks here, as you can see what I'm doing here, like so. And then raise the middle one all the way up, like so. And for now, I'll just keep this open, depending on how you end up detailing everything. I mean, as I shown you in the latest video about texturing, I showed you how I kind of removed the top part here. So I'll just leave that to you, but for now we'll just keep this open. Okay, and back down here, you can add the water elevator here. That's just what I did. This, and add some kind of railing here. And for now, let's just build the staircase first, and I'll show you how I lighten everything up afterwards. So as I showed you, we have, from this point here, we have leveled this out in one, at the floor level. So from here, you can just keep going like this, like 3 staircases. But then here on the second one, the first one is three, and the second one is just 2. And then so you have one here, and then add full blocks at one side. And from here, this should match all the way up to the first level. So just continue like so. And if everything is done right, you should hit the first level at the right spot. But in general, you shouldn't panic if it isn't kind of aligning perfectly. You can always, so if you get up here to the door and it's one block off, you can always just cut it off. Like it's worse if it's too short. Then you need to do kind of some larger adjustments. But if everything is done after my instructions, you shouldn't have any issues. Okay. So one thing you should do probably is to get up here first and carve out this opening, because yeah, it's much easier to spot when you're at the right spot if that's an opening. But yeah, for now, let's just add the necessary lighting. So what I did for lighting everything up was to kind of just keep add lights in all the corners, and for each corner the gap from the bottom block up to the light was 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the lantern. So no matter how far up the ceiling is, just always, that's just what I did to keep everything kind of consistent, so that it's always 4 blocks up. But I mean, this is just what I did. You can do whatever you want to. It's quite inconsequential. So yeah. Okay, so this is the first part, basically. So we built this part all the way up to this point. So from here, you can simply follow the pattern we just laid out. So having 3 blocks on each side. So if you look at it like this, if you count, instead of counting each stair, just count one side. So for this one, you would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 19 staircases, which consists of 3 in 1. So 19 staircase sections, so to speak. And on the 20s, that's where you will start to kind of take account for the alignment issue we talked about earlier. And again, from out here, I would again just make sure that there's an opening here. I'll just do this up here too, even though you probably won't use this one. I'll just do it anyway. And then from down here, you can simply add 1, 2, 3, This is one side, so 19 of those. So this is the first one, second one, third one, and so on, all the way up. And 19. And from here, just level this out and add 3 staircases here, a full block, and 3 staircases again, and 3 staircases again, and then just above the flat part, we will just do the same again here. Just level this out, and 3 staircases, and level this out on the back. And here you need to add 1, and this should get you to the doorway here. And as I explained earlier, you can always add 1 more or remove 1 if there's an alignment issue. Okay. From this part here, so this is what I would do would be to add. I would add a water elevator here and have this be the highest kind of the way you kind of the exit point for the water elevator. So you get up here, because this bridge probably won't be used if you complete the build as I did. So you don't need to get all the way up. But again, this is up to you, and I'll leave you to it. If you want to kind of take advantage of the height of the entire building, you can just keep going. But for the staircase, I'll just continue and show you the rest just in case. But I mean, it's more or less the same thing we're doing here. You can just follow along. It's not that far up. So for now, this is just normal placement, the normal kind of rotation with 3 staircase blocks. And then on the last one here, this one is missing, so just level it out from here and you should be at the top one. And you can add maybe a railing here, like something like this. Door here if you want to. But yeah, other than that, just add the lanterns from as we did before, like with a level of 4 blocks underneath. And if you want to, you can do it for every second. If you don't want to have it on each one, this is just how I did it. It's up to you. In general, just add lanterns where you feel like it. It could be for every corner, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, the tower over here, this is for the creeper farm. And the rooms you see here is for the secondary tower over here. And I did a couple of adjustments to the main or the original build. And so if we go over and watch here, we used to have a super smelter, kind of a bad one at that. And instead, I have redesigned this to be some kind of entrance room. So I haven't decided yet what to kind of add here. So for now, it's just this open space. But I think it's a cleaner version. Instead of having an entrance over here, you're kind of walking in this main entrance and have some kind of foyer or entrance room here, and then you can take the stairs upstairs and come into the first room up here. And so we have the room downstairs, and then we have the first room here, and from here it's basically all identical. The only issue, difference is that the first room is a bit shorter in height than the others. So just to illustrate, we can go out here and see. So we have the main entrance room down here, and then the first floor up here, where the ceiling height is shorter than the rest, but it's actually the design is the exact same. So I will show you how to build both, of course, but from this point and upwards, it's identical. So let's start by adding the main facade here for the creeper farm. For the rest inside, we'll just do that at a later video. But for now, we can just close this off. So what I'm going to do is to add a row of blocks here with 2 blocks underneath, and this is for the chests that are going to be here, and the rest will be closed off. So just a row of blocks here, and from there you can just close everything off here, like so. So this is fine for now. And here we can add a bit of lighting. So what I explained in the last video was that all the snow we added for the texturing, that is actually meant to work as spawn proofing too, because if you add more than one layer of snow, it actually negates. It's like adding a carpet or trapdoors or stuff like that. So it negates spawning. And again, depending on how much snow you have available, especially if you're in survival, it might not be a kind of an efficient way of doing it, but it's just the design of the place was made that way. So that's why I'm telling you. Okay. So for this space here, I would start by placing row blocks here all the way over. Just all the way over, and do the same over here. So this way it's easy to kind of get a sense of the space in general. Like so. And then just cover everything inside here. Like so. And then add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. Same here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then extend this up. Basically make the same shape as we have here, so just continue this shape all around. And just do that for the remaining 4 blocks, like so. Then add 2 blocks here. And then simply, so you need to have 2 blocks. You need to kind of make the same shape here, but add 2 blocks for each. So what you do is to have 2 blocks above each staircase, and then you can close this off like so. And then just add staircases below, like so. Same over here, so 2 blocks on top. And staircases on the top one. like so. Here you can just close this off. Just do it all the way over here. And here you can do the same. Okay. Now let's highlight or kind of mark where the walls are going to be. So add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And from over here you can have a 4-block gap. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1 here. So this is the opening up to the next level. And just close this off here. And from here, including the one below here, you can add, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And for the opening here, so what I did, this is just a small design feature, but yeah, I just added 2 wall blocks here, and for the rest you can just close this off and so you can close this gap off and this one here, like so. And here you can add a staircase there and there, and just close this off. Okay. On this side, we already have this wall here. Just extend that all the way over here. And then add the 4th block, so 1, 2, 3, 4 here. You should have the entrance to the staircase here. So this is the main entrance up until this point, and from here you can just use the staircase inside or use the staircase there. It's up to you. I'll just close this off. And like on the other side, you can just, I mean, this is, from here, we will be adding the staircases, upside down staircases. So the wall inside here will, well, it might actually be a bit visible from in here. But in general, some of these wall blocks will be kind of hidden behind. But if you just, for now, just build on the other side, just build it at the same height as this one. So over here you can just do like this, and then you don't need to kind of fill anything out on top of that. And just close all of this off. Like so. And then the wall on the back here actually needs to be closed off too. You can just add one there, and then do like so. And then just add blocks to this part here, like so. And then from here, you can place 2 step blocks, upside down step blocks, and then just do that all the way over to the other side. And the same over here. And then you can start by just placing the ceiling, and then we can add the final construction or the final vaults. Like so. And then from here, you can just add one pillar all the way up. Just delete this one. And just continue it all the way over. Like so. Add 3 blocks here and 3 staircases there. So 3 blocks here and 3 staircases. And do the same on the left side of the opening here. Like so. And this is basically it for this part here. Okay. So for the staircase, you can add 3 blocks here. And just build them all the way up till you reach this point. And then you can outline the wall on the other side here. Okay. Let's start by making the staircase here, and then we can finish the rest of the wall in a bit. Okay, so from here, you can add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, so this corner is actually missing, so we need to just finish the corner here. And add another staircase there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then a platform. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 3. So like so. And then add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the 8 needs to be inside this block here. So do it like so. So that's 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just continue this staircase over to the other side. And 3 in the middle. I'll just mark the pillar here. Okay. So from here you can finish this part. So just do like so. And this wall here. So up here you can just add 3 blocks. I mean, just close this off here. And when this is closed off, just close this off. And depending on how you want to do it, you can simply just ignore what's beneath. This is up to you. I mean, there's definitely room that could be used for something else. I didn't use it because for my builds, it's mainly solid all the way through these kind of bigger walls or constructions. But in a kind of a more of a hollow build like this, you can do whatever you like. Okay. Then on this side, just close this off. And then we'll just finish this part here, and that okay, you can just, for now, just you can add this here. So this is just the top of the staircase. This is okay to just be added now. Okay, I'll just outline everything and then we can build the rest of the walls just so it's easy to kind of comprehend where everything is. So we built the 2 blocks we built here. From those 2 blocks, you can add 2 here and 2 here. And over here, you can just add the blocks. Over here, you can just add them. So from this one, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks. And from here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's basically aligns with this. So you can just make an opening here at the same place. And then 2 blocks there, so it mimics what we have on the other side. For here, we just highlight this corner here, and then you have a gap of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 blocks in between those, and then you can just finish this part here, and this will also align. So if you build it like this, it should align with this block here. And you can add the blocks here so it aligns with this one. And on the other side, add 3, like so. And then again, mimic what you have over here on this side. So add 2 there and 2 there. Like so, and then we need to have, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks here. It's the same over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you should be here. So this is the opening to the staircase upstairs. And other than that, everything is actually lined up in terms of the outer walls or the inner walls here in this room. So now you can just fill in the floor here. So do that on the bottom one. So we have the bottom ones here to kind of be used as reference points. And then you can just fill all of this out. Like so. Okay. So from the floor here and up to the ceiling, that's going to be 6 blocks. So that means that the easiest way is actually to place 7, because we have, so let's count from the bottom. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this means that the floor above will be placed on the 7th block. So that means that there are 6. The gap between the floor and the ceiling will be 6 blocks. So let's just extend all these blocks here. All of them, just extend them up to the 7th block here. So all of these, and these over here, and these over here. And from here, I would just place the ceiling or the floor from for the room above, and do it for all these rooms, but don't do it for anything inside here. Just stop here, and then we can kind of we'll take care of the staircase in a moment. It should look like this. So one thing you probably noticed is that we have a gap from the outer to the inner wall. And having the inner wall apart from the outer wall, that gives us the space we need to do all the texturing outside for all the cracks and fractures on the outer wall. Okay, so from here, let's finish the vaults going over here, the arches. So and down here, I mean, we'll come back to some of the detailing in a later video. This is just to kind of have something to work with, some kind of base design. But I will be adding proper furniture in a later video. Okay, so we'll start by building the vaults in between the main pillars here, and then we can add the rest later. And it's the same, well, it's not actually not exactly the same, because here we'll add 2 layers and do like this. And then the final one here. Okay, and for the rest of the ceiling, I've kind of redesigned this a bit compared to the original build. So here, place for every second, you can make a vault like this. And for the middle one here, I added a hopper and then some lighting. And that's basically the principle. We're going to use this for the rest here. So just add 2 here on every second. Yeah, and here we actually need to make a vault here. I'll just finish this first. Now be a bit. Let's just do this first, and then I'll add the archway there in the end. And a hopper there, and a hopper in the middle there. And here on the back, just add 2. Oh, wait, just 1 here, yes. Like so. And then just finish this off with 2 staircases underneath. It's basically the same here. So 2 rows here and one in the corner, and then 2 staircase blocks. And here's it's the same principle. And like before, we can add a hopper there. And some lighting. And that's basically it for this room in terms of walls. Okay, the first staircase, this will of course only be, so because of the ceiling height for this floor, it's going to be different for the rest. This staircase will also be a bit different. But let's start by just showing that. So we need to add, I'll just, you know what, I'll just do like this first, and then I can show you afterwards. So you need to place, so this is the first one, so 1, 2, 3, 4 in total. And then add 4 blocks here. And then just a single staircase there. And then another platform here with 4 blocks. And then 2 blocks here, and you should be at the right place. So this is the main staircase for this one. And then simply close this staircase off. And you can do that by just closing off the, like so, from just by starting here at the staircase and then just add the rest above. So just like so. Do this for now, and then from here you can just close this off too. Like so. Okay. So the difference between the room below and this one, it's actually not that big. It's the same room. It's actually only the ceiling. And then over here we will have like a secondary room, because here this is where the staircase below was. So we have the staircase here. This obviously won't be here. So we can use this as a room. And this block here, actually, you can actually change this, because this is where the entrance will be. You can see here, looking at this one, it's much easier to see. It's the same kind of structure. Everything is the same. The arches, the vaults on the ceiling, and the pillars are the same. It's only the general height of the room. So what I'm going to do is to show you one of these, and then you can just continue. So depending on how you want to do it, you can add one layer first, and then just copy that, or I mean repeat that, or just make the floor first and place them first. So it's more or less up to you, but just as a reference, this here, the room height here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that didn't work at all. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks. So from the floor and up, it's 9, and 10 if you count the floor above that. But 9 blocks in between. And now simply raise all the Deepslate bricks by 10 blocks. So add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The floor above is going to be here, so that means that it's 9 blocks below. So is on the 10th block. So just place 10 blocks and do this for all of these here. And for the staircase, just ignore the blocks in the middle for now. We'll come back to that. And because this space here will be used as a room, you can just close this off, but just keep the left one open here. So something like this. And again, we will come back and kind of detail this. For now, you can just make kind of a more of a general design for everything. And just continue this up, and then if you want to, you can build it up here and then just let this be, because the floor will be here like it is down here. And over here you can actually do more or less the same. So this is where the floor will kind of be connecting from the staircase into the main room above. So just leave this open, and in here you can add a gap here, like so. Okay, so now I would again, just to make it easier, I would just place the floor above. You can do it like so. And then we basically just need to do the same as we did before. So inside here, it's fairly easy. You just place 2 blocks every second block, and then add staircases below. And slabs in between, and then you can add some lighting here. Something like this. And here, let's just start by placing the main walls in between. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then add the arch here. Same over here. And again, it's the same for this one here. And then over here, yes, okay. And now we can add the blocks up here. It's again very much the same as we did before. And I don't know if you've noticed it, but there's one kind of big thing missing at this point, which is the windows. And I will show you, because there are actually windows in these for each of these rooms. Okay. Before I show you the windows, let's just build the staircase upstairs, because this staircase I'm building now, this will correspond to all the other floors, because we need to have more like a bigger staircase to reach this point. So I'll just highlight the staircase. So the first one needs to have 2, and then here something needs to be changed a bit, because we actually need to have a bit more space here. So we actually need to place because otherwise this will only be 1 block from this point. So we're just going to move this wall here just by 1 block. So you can just do it like so. Okay. From down here, you can add 2 there, 2 more there, and then this can just be flat. Here you can use slabs instead. There's more of a, yeah, it depends on how much room you want to have downstairs, and I think actually it looks nice if this tapers. Same here. Oh. And then for this piece here, we can use, just use normal blocks here. And yeah, this is basically the entrance, and then I'll just highlight I'll just build this part here. So you need to, because this changes from being, so for here it's, the pillar will change to be from 1 block to be 2 blocks here. So here it actually needs to be a square like so. I'll just build it all the way up so you can see. So it changes, at some point it changes, so we need to take that into account. So here you can I'll just go downstairs. And then, let's see, we have to go down here. So this is the part that looks weird. So the way I did it was to kind of close this off. Like so. And then just close this off. And we can add a bit of lighting here, maybe. This is something we can come back to, but yeah, this is fairly straightforward. And at this point, you can simply repeat this entire floor. Everything is the same. The staircase will be added here, but it's basically the same as the one below, so you don't really need to be shown the rest. So this is the floor that we just built. You can just continue this one and add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. So 7 in total, and then the shorter one here. But add 6 more of what we just built. And yeah, that's basically it. And for the windows, let's just quickly go through what you need to do there. So on the lowest floor here, just remove 3 blocks here and place staircases here and iron bars. And it's the same over here. Like so. And for all the others, it's basically the same, but just with taller windows, basically. So remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks and put staircases on the bottom and the top. And then 3 iron bars. That's basically it. And just do this for all the other floors. Okay, when you've added all the floors, this entrance here should align with the floor second to the top. So there's one more above and of course all the others below. And then the one above, this one here, this one should be just on top of the one on the top. But for this one, everything will be removed here if you follow my tutorial. So you probably wouldn't need this one, but I mean, you could add it if you want to. And then one final thing we need to do is to build this watchtower here. And we have access to that one from inside. So what you need to do is to just remove 3 blocks here, replace them with stone bricks, and then add stone brick slabs around this center pillar. So let's just build that. Just something like this. And that way it's easier to just build around this one. So just add slabs around like so. And then when you come up here, you should have the entrance right here. And for everything else, just close this off. So here you can close this wall off here. And over here, you can just close this wall off too. But you can add one more. It's not that important, just so there's enough headroom for the rest. And close it off here. Something like this. And for this part here, you can just close it off like so. Add a couple of blocks here. And close it up here. I mean, you could add another layer like so. This is up to you. Kind of have this ceiling height be different. So it's taller here than there, but that's kind of a smaller detail. But yeah, that's the main staircase. You can close this off if you want to. And then from the outside here, you can add 6 stone bricks like so. And then it might be more like easier to access everything else up from below. or not everything else, but just the blocks that needs to be placed here. Here you're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, and then add these. Same over here. And then we just need to add a bit of lighting inside. And then if I can come up. Okay. And that's it. For the next video, we're going to build all the walls and exterior buildings that are missing. So the wall here, I'm going to show you how to build. And also the kind of the towers and buildings. And of course, some of them are made for the original terrain, like you can see here, but I think there's a way to apply them to a more simplified version. And maybe I will even kind of make adjustments to this one. So you can, of course, build this more simplified version, but I will make some kind of adjustments so you have kind of variations in the wall structure that kind of matches the different towers and buildings. But yeah, I'm not quite sure how I will kind of divide this up in episodes, but like optimally I will add all of this in one episode. But depending on how long that will take, I might kind of make 2 episodes out of that. But ideally 1 episode with all the exterior walls and buildings for each of these versions. And the final episode, what I think will be the final episode, will be all the interior designs for the main hall, the different rooms and the barracks, and yeah, and then also the creeper farm should be easy enough to kind of show. So yeah, potentially at least 2 episodes, so potentially 3, but I'm aiming for 2 more episodes after this one. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for all the support from my wonderful patrons, and of course everyone watching the video. You're all great. See you all soon.